afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on our call today. Before we get started, we're just going to have a few minutes to let people filter into the room. And once again, I appreciate you taking the time to join us on our call today. I think we've got a lot of great information that you guys are going to appreciate, and we're looking forward to sharing that with you. Okay, so before we move forward in our presentation, we just want to make sure that we've got some of the light housekeeping, as I like to call it, out of the way. If you can hear me okay, if the volume's all right, I'm going to ask that you just please type that into the chat section here on your screen. Let me know if everything is okay coming through for you. And we should also now be looking at our webinar title, which is where to find the best buyer and seller leads and have them calling you. Okay, so if you can see that information, then I know that I'm set and we'll be able to move forward here. Okay, perfect. Thank you for your feedback, you guys. It's always appreciated. Of course, I can hear myself, so I just want to make sure everybody is on the same page. Okay, so normally what we do in our webinar presentations here is we ask that you guys put your cell phones away and remove any distractions and things of that nature, but this goes a little bit different. We are going to have an interactive demo that we would like to make sure that you have your cell phone ready for. So if you want to just keep it at the ready, you can always silence it so you're not distracted in that sense, but just make sure that we've got that again for our interactive portion that we're going to be doing a little later on in the call. Okay, so I think that's enough time for everyone to filter in the room here. Again, thank you so much for everyone joining us on our call today. My name is Amy Truesdell. I'm working here at Automated Marketing Solutions for close to 17 years now. Gosh, it seems like time's just flown by. So we've got some familiar faces on the call. We've got some newbies, which is nice to have as well, so welcome. And what we're going to do is just let you know a little bit more about your best buyer and seller leads, where to find them, and how we can get them to call you first. Okay, so I'm going to go through the agenda of our call, and then we'll be able to get into the meat of it for everyone. So those who may still be trickling in, we're just going to start with your agenda. Okay. So just quickly, we're going to do an introduction of who Automated Marketing Solutions is and how we help real estate agents for those of you who are new to our company and may not be familiar with us. We're going to be discussing who is your best lead out there and where you can be pulling those leads into your funnel. We're going to talk about how we can get them to notice you, and we want to make sure that they're going to be the first person to call you versus you doing the calling to chase after them. Okay, we'll talk about how we can integrate with that and fit into the equation. And as I did mention, we are going to do an interactive demonstration. So again, a little later in the call, we want to make sure that you've got your cell phones at the ready. Just make sure that we've got them silenced during the call so there's not too many distractions and you can get the most out of this call that we have to offer for you. Okay, and then of course, as always, we're going to do a live Q&A at the end as we go along. If there's anything that stands out or you have some questions that you'd like to have answered, just go ahead and type them into that chat box on the go-to panel, and we'll be able to make sure that we get through to those. If there's any that we can't get to just for time constraints, just know that we will be going and following up with you post-call. Okay. So with all of that great information to get through, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to invite Mike Kowalski. He's AMS's president and founder here. Mike, are you on the call with me?
Sure am, Amy. How are you doing today?
Perfect. I'm great. Thank you so much for coming on board. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. You mentioned 17 years you've put up with me. Holy
It's unbelievable, but it's been great. Obviously, I wouldn't still be here if that was the case.
Time goes fast. Absolutely. And welcome, everyone. Yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing out there? If they want to just hit the chat and say good, bad, ugly, hopefully it's excellent. And we're gonna enjoy a good 45 minutes of great content of finding the grade A lead and what a grade A lead is. So Well, who we are? I mean, I'm just looking online here. I see a lot of people, a lot of clients, past clients, newbies have come on. For the people that don't know who we are, we're Automated Marketing Solutions. I'm the president and founder of the company. We've been working over 20 years with real estate agents in different coaching programs, providing lead generation and client retention systems, content, training, marketing. We've done so many webinars. We worked with the Craig Proctor program and all their coaching members. We've also worked for the people with Keller Williams. We've been to a lot of their family reunions and all the boot camps there over the years. I've recently worked with Brian Buffini and a lot of the by referral only program. Very, very, very good. And Dan Kennedy, who was my mentor, been my mentor for many years, and great guy, great marketer, and business coach as well. So yeah, we've been through a lot. Things changed, technology changed, but what does stay the same is marketing and the principles all around it. Just wanted to add that also we do work, and just over 3 years ago, I got involved with Remax, a local Remax brokerage, in helping a team there with the lead generation. And what I decided to do 3 years ago is, I've been helping agents with their marketing and lead generation. I really wanted to get into the trenches, not whether that was good or bad, but I really wanted to feel your guys' pain of day-to-day real estate business. And so that's why I got my license. I had got my license 3 years ago, and really got a good idea of what you guys do in generating a lead, what to say to follow up, the nurturing, the whole, the whole thing of getting the deal, the paperwork, satisfying the client, building the relationship, all that. And it was a good experience. I'm still doing it, and I'm glad I did it because it really helps me understand your challenges, right? And it's always changing. So glad we're here on the call. Hope everyone's ready to go. So let's go, Amy.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's talk about the grade A lead. What is a grade A lead?
Sure. Yeah. Well, we've got the grade A lead that we've been able to identify.
Right. So to me, sorry, Amy. To me, after doing this for 3 years, the grade A lead is allowing agents to have a meaningful, perfectly timed live conversations with buyers and sellers. Would you all agree on the call? This is the ideal lead, is to get someone on the phone to talk to. Okay. You see, in my opinion, this is my opinion only, a lead is really not a lead until you really have this conversation. A name, an email address is not a lead. A phone number is not a lead. A lead is someone you can actually speak to, open up some dialogue, and really understand why they're moving or buying. And, generating leads in the programs that I've mentioned is really not a problem. We can generate an abundance of leads, a lot of internet leads, a lot of leads that, have, really not leads. Some of them are, fake email addresses, bad phone numbers. We're following up to get them on the phone. They don't call you back. They block your caller ID. All those things are leads that you pay a lot of money for. And I'm not saying not to do it, but what you're trying to do is get the time and the motivation, really qualify these leads, and to get them on the phone and have that conversation. You want to add anything to that, Amy?
Yeah, I think that's been a struggle for quite some time now. It was great when you can implement all of these new pieces of technology that were being introduced, but on a day-to-day basis, when you open up your email, if you're lucky enough to get it past the spam filters, you really have to have that great subject line to capture, your reader's attention. So all of these things kind of go against you. Some of them are working great, but yeah, as we go along, we'll be able to identify a little bit more of how that's been so much of a trying time for agents alike.
Absolutely. So we've grabbed a survey that was done by National Association of Realtors 2018, which I'm sure everyone knows who they are, just where buyers found their home and that they purchased. You can see by the image there that 51% is on the internet, which I thought that would be higher. 30% by a real estate agent, 7% by a yard sign or open house sign, 6% by a friend, 5% from a home builder, 2% from directly a seller or newer seller, or 1% from print newspaper advertising over time. So, yeah, I think that number 51 should be higher. A lot of them start online.
Well, yeah, I think that was just it. So you get 94% of all the real estate agents, or sorry, not agents, the real estate searches are starting their search online. So of the 94%, 51 of them are purchasing the home that they've seen on the internet. But the actual stat that you're looking for, I'm pretty sure that's the one that we're referencing here, that 94% of all real estate searches are starting online.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but here's the key. We just mentioned that we just went through all the stats, but here's the key stat of all this, is that 74% of all real estate transactions are completed with the first agent that prospect talks to. Would you guys agree with that? And then,
we're getting some hands up
from
here.
These guys. I mean, they're the experts, and I kind of agree. It's close. I mean, you get in there, you talk to, you do a good job in your dialogue, your scripting, or what, and identifying time and motivation and the value you bring. I would say 74% is a good number. So, what is your number one goal? Right? Your goal would be, you want to be the one that they talk to, right?
Most definitely. So, you want to be the first person that they're going to speak with.
Yeah. So let's talk about what these prospects do next. What do you think they do next? I mean, so they've done all their research. They're all on these search property sites, real estate sites, searching online like Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia. Getting educated, trying to understand the area, looking for price, style, location of property. They're doing all that. They have all the tools. We know that. They're doing all that work already before they even decide to move to the next step. What is that next step? Anyone want to answer that? Yeah, they get in their car and they drive by the home. They want to see physically what the home is going to look like, right? What the area is going to look like, what the neighborhood is going to look like. They're going to be driving by these homes, right? And this is where we need to. And again, these leads are actually, well, I would say free. I mean, they're driving by. If you have a good sign on the lawn that grabs their attention, builds their interest, prompt the action, and then get them to have a meaningful conversation on the phone. That is the best lead. And again, a sign call, if done right, and the traffic that flows there, in my opinion, besides the referral, is a great lead. Okay, so here's a study. You want to share that study, Amy? A study we did about the MIT lead study?
Sure, the one that we've got up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so with this particular one, this is where they're doing an analysis of 5-minute increments. So when they get a lead coming in, how quickly do you need to follow up with these people in order to get them to engage with you? So it's being able to connect with them on the phone, not necessarily just converting them into a lead, but actually being able to speak with them. So they're saying within the first 20 hours, it's important obviously to follow up with them ASAP, but within the first 3 hours sliced up into these 5-minute segments, the odds of calling to contact a lead was decreased by over 10 times in the first hour.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's a big drop. And look at 30 minutes. They drop by 100 times. So the goal is to definitely follow up as soon as possible. I know sometimes that's not possible, but myself experienced that. The quicker you get them on the phone, the better. A lot of time they'll answer the phone first of all, and have a good conversation as well. And the important thing too, I don't know, a lot of these people are in coaching programs, but important what to say as well. Very, very key to book that appointment as well.
Well, you have to think about the response time of how quickly is that lead being sent to you, right? So if it's someone who's coming in off of a web page, or if it's someone who's being filtered through, maybe your CRM system, you get the email or the text message, and how quickly do you get to follow up with that lead? So if you don't have the opportunity to speak with them live, you're losing out, and you can see just by how much with this particular study.
But the goal in this call, and we're just targeted on the sign call, and here it is right now, and we're going to go through that in a second. I mean, if they see value and they see that they want more information, whether it's a price change or more information about the property. Anyways, it all comes down to direct response marketing and having a compelling message, and to be unique and stand out from your competitors. What can you guarantee? And here's an example. I'm not saying to use this, but here's a typical sign we have. That I'll buy their home if they don't buy yours, right? So that is a solution to a buyer who can't sell their home, but you will if they buy the house that they're looking at. So it's a whole program that I won't get into, but it does get the call, okay? And that's what you want, and they want to know more about it, and it does solve a solution to a problem for the buyer as well as the seller. And again, a lot of these buyers have homes to sell as well. So we talked about the banner on top. Now we have a call to action. So you see, I'm not talking about me and how good I am. It's all about benefit to the buyer, okay? And having a call to action, we call it, or a resource where they can go and help themselves. Now, in this particular sign, we've also got a hot new listings site, which they can go on. It's interactive. They can go and check information about this property or other properties with a one-button call to the agent. And we'll get into that. We're going to show you a demo of how this all works, how it's interactive, how you can use it as a great listing presentation as well. We'll get into that. So again, a lot of these buyers have homes to sell. And we also provide a pre-recorded toll-free number with a unique ID, which has a crafted script, which tells them enough about the property. I'm sure Amy we have a sample recording of it. It not only captures the caller line ID, who it is, match the name, but we give them an opportunity to connect with you now. So there's no really follow-up in this situation. If you have a good crafted script or USP, unique selling proposition, and that's a whole other topic, this technology will allow you to connect in seconds, very easy. Now you got them on a call. That is the best lead. Now, even if they go to the website, you could get them on the phone with one button touch as well. It's all integrated, both on the mobile part and the integration part. Okay, so we'll show some other samples, Amy, of other clients and members we've had over the time. So there's a few other clients we have. Rick Brash was a master of sign calls, 800 to be recorded calls. You'll see some of the signs and secondary signs he has as well. Again, it doesn't have to be the USP of the guarantee home sale. You guys can decide what USP, and we have a lot of unique selling propositions that you can live with and try. You can also see that someone uses it for an everyday open house, which is a smart idea. I mean, I know you guys have private open houses every day, but to the actual buyer, they feel important. They can call this number anytime, any day, or go to a website and no obligation, get a private showing for the actual buyer. So there's some ideas. I mean, some of them look ugly, but they worked. It worked for Rick, and it worked a lot of agents that use the direct response market USP. Nothing here is telling them how good they are, how many houses they sold, or they're the best in their field. It's all about providing value and solution to a problem to the actual buyer and getting them to react, getting them to do something, call a number, go to a website, and instantly get them on the phone. Now, we're not saying that everyone's going to, but the ones that do are your grade A leads. Those are the ones that want meaningful conversations, compared to trying to follow up with thousands and thousands of email leads. that cost you, hundreds of thousands of dollars. The average agent that would pay, $1,000 to $1,500 to get 150 leads. All these leads, it takes a lot of nurturing, a lot of follow-up to get someone even on the phone as well. So there's really no risk to this. I mean, the cost, again, there's no Facebook ad costs or Google or any other costs. These are drive-bys. These are people that have already done their research online. They've already know the area. They know possible the house that they want to look at, and they're going to drive by. And now you got your sign. Here's your chance, right? So, excuse me. So we're going to show you. Let's go through that scenario. So, excuse me. I'm got a bit of a cough here. So let's talk about the hotline scenario first. So really, you got three opportunities to capture this prospect, buyer prospect, and seller prospect. They got a home to sell. The first, they could be at a Starbucks, or they can drive by. You can have an online or offline ad, still directing them to this message. It doesn't just have to be on the sign, and have a compelling message and recording. Okay, so the first thing they may do is, once they call the number and listen to your emotional description of the property, we recommend that you don't want to get into too much, just emotionally about the area, a lovely house, a little bit about the features. Do not talk about the price, because that's what they're going to want to know, and that could or will get them to prompt to dial 0. So the first thing we want them to do is to dial 0 to get maybe a price change or more information on the house, and that dial 0 will connect to you live. Not only will you know who they are, name and address, but you'll get that conversation we talked about, right? And have that meaningful conversation. Now, the other option they have, if they don't dial 0, and they can just leave a message of who they are, what information they're looking for. It may not be this house. Most buyers that look at a house are not the one they're going to buy, but they may leave information about the type of house they're looking for. So they can leave a message, and that will immediately, and we'll show you a demo of this in a second. Now, if they do nothing, they don't leave a message, they don't dial 0, we still capture everything on their smartphone, on their mobile phone. We know who they are. We can automatically send an SMS or a text message out to the prospect with an active link that could go back to your landing page, go back to your unique selling proposition, go back to your branded page, whatever you like, whatever you want to put on there, or information about that property, where they can still hit a button, one touch, and call you. Make it easy. Okay, so you, Amy, would just go to the next screen, and that's just a summary.
Sorry, I was just going to say, do you want me to play the listing script here, where we can take a listen to the emotional recordings that we're talking about? So when someone dials in on the hotline,
let's do that. We've
got one here.
Recording. Let's play it. Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Perfect. So this, just to set it up here, this would be someone's called into the hotline. They've looked at your sign. They're dialing in on the 800 number. They've punched in the 4-digit code at this point to hear more information on the property. So I'm just going to play this out, and we'll make sure you take your notes as you listen through, and see if you can pick out the key points that Mike has just been referring to. Okay, here we go.
Thank you for calling the Mike Kowalski Home Hunter Hotline about this awesome home. We will gladly send you a copy of a fully loaded feature sheet of this property, or arrange a private preview upon request. To get the current list price, press 0 now. At the end of this message, I will explain how you can get priority access to all hot new listings that match your home buying criteria without cost, obligation, or hassles from realtors. City-style comforts. Enjoy beautiful sunsets over glistening ponds. Custom with all the upgrades you would expect. Private master suite, formal dining, 2 fireplaces, upper-level loft just right for your office, plus finished lower-level walkout. Tree-lined for privacy. To arrange a private showing, simply press 0 now. Perhaps this home doesn't sound like the perfect home for you. You can receive listing printouts on homes that match your buying criteria through our hassle-free home hunter service. Simply leave us details about the type of home you are looking for, including price range, style, and location. Our custom software will automatically search out the best homes that match your needs. You will get advanced information on all hot new listings from the multiple listing service, and you'll get this valuable information before most other buyers even know about them. Again, to get the current list price or arrange for a private viewing, press 0 now. To receive a fully loaded feature sheet or get access to listing printouts that match your exact criteria, leave your email or mailing address after the tone. Thank you for calling and get ready to leave your message.
Okay, so that one is when, again, when they're calling in to listen to the actual property information, you've given them bonus details. So when we were going through that recording, you should have been able to pick out what it was that Mike has been talking to us about throughout this call. So if you were
go ahead. Go ahead, Amy.
No, I was just going to say, if you were able to detect those things, go ahead and just say, yep, we've got them in the side chat. And if not, then we can always send a recap to you guys later of how that flow was.
Yeah, we can get a copy or send an audio file to it as well. And again, if you listen, we didn't talk anything about the price, because that's one of the reasons why they're going to dial 0. Okay, just an emotional appeal to the property to engage them. So again, let's just I want to just review, quickly go through and review what we just talked about, and then what we'll do in a few minutes is actually give you the actual number, a demo number you can use. You can call after the call, and I'm going to show you how you can use it as a listen tool. So the buyers that do call in that have a house to sell, this is a great opportunity for you to use to get the listing, but we'll talk about that in a second. Go ahead, Amy.
Sure. So as Mike was just introducing in that particular call, when someone's dialing in from a sign, they're listening to the information, and in that scripting, you were able to tell them a little bit about the home itself. You were able to say, if you'd like to get the current list price, press 0 now. So pressing 0 is going to transfer to any number you want. More times than not, agents have it going directly to their cell phone. This enables you to actually speak with that person live. So we talked about those pain points earlier where, if you're doing a follow-up call down the road, or if you're sending an email, you're not always going to get that email read. But this is all about the timing and the motivation. So they're out front of your listing, they're dialing in, they're pressing 0, they want to know more, whether it's the list price or if they want to schedule a private viewing of the home. This is what we keep pointing out and saying is your grade A lead. So it's all about timing and motivation. They're right there, willing to work with you on setting up an appointment to go and see that property. So we make it as easy as we can in that scripting by telling them to press 0. If they don't press 0, what's happening is they can either leave you a voicemail message, and you can try to follow up with them later, hoping that you've got all the correct information that they've left for you, and you're able to follow up either by phone or email. Or if while they're listening and they're calling from a mobile device, what we do is send an SMS message. So while they're listening to that script, and you'll see on that interactive demo, while you're listening to that script, the SMS is already being sent to them. And the SMS is customizable. You can put whatever content you want in there. Of course, we've got character limitations that we talked to you about, at that time. But it's more or less letting them know of your USP and what you have to offer. So when they call in on the toll-free hotline, whether they've left a message or not, AMS's system sends you, the agent, a notification. It'll look something like what you see on your screen here. It'll either say someone has listened to a script on your toll-free hotline, and it gives you just a synopsis of who it was that called, on what number. If you have multiple toll-frees, it'll tell you your toll-free number. And then if someone has left a message, you get a little more detail here. You can see how long it was left, and you can go and pick up your messages from our online platform. But the optimal one is the one that you get when they're pressing 0 or with the SMS coming through to them. And that SMS, when we send it through, it's going to tell them something similar to what we see, like gain immediate, unbridled access to the hottest new listings here. It gives them a URL that they click or tap from their phone, and it goes to your mobile site or website that you've got up. The other option, if they don't want to go and fill out that information at that time, is if they want to still speak with you and didn't press 0 during the call, they can simply tap on your cell phone number or whatever number you provide right from their smartphone and get that information that they're looking for. So again, it could be list price, it could be they want to set up an appointment to go and view the home, whatever reason that you're giving them to call you. And when they've done this, it's a second opportunity for you to be able to speak with them. So they call in from an offline resource. Again, no particular costs for advertising. It's already just sitting in front of your listing. They call in on that toll-free number. From there, you've got the option to press 0 and send that SMS text right through. So it's just an all-encompassing way to keep your prospect engaged with you, and all about the MIT pushing back to that study of urgency, timing and motivation, and speaking to that lead right away. Mike, is that about right? Do you think we've covered all of those scenarios that we just discussed?
Yeah, great job. Yes, Amy. Another thing I may want to point out is for agents that don't have listings or looking for listings, you can always, use this technology, the mobile pages and the hotline on other listings. You can talk to a team member and provide a secondary sign that you provide. So, if you don't have a listing, well, find one, get one, have someone share one with you, because that works well as well. And what we're going to show you in a minute, once we go through it, we just went through the demo, but is it's a perfect listing tool as well. I mean, instead of going in, a lot of these buyers have a home to sell, right? So instead of going in and presenting your canned listing presentation about CMA and all the other stuff you do, which all your competitors do, what I did, and it worked very well, is before I went in, I would take a picture of the house. I would have much information on a mobile page about this property, even before the presentation, and have it all working. And it only takes about, I would say, 15, 20 minutes of that to get it all set up, and actually be unique and actually have an interactive demo to show them how no other agent or competitor has this type of marketing system that you have to find that qualified buyer, and have them pick up their mobile phone, dial this number, dial the extension, listen to the script, see all the information you're getting, and how you're connecting with any buyers that either call or that number, the 800 number, or the website. So it really is different than the canned presentation. I've used that many times, and it's worked. And the fact that they're not even expecting it, and the fact that it's personalized, it's all branded around them, their property, their own unique number, showing them how you're going to get them to sell their house for the most amount of money for the right buyer. So it's a great tool to do, and I actually start off with this because I don't want to really say everything that everyone else is saying, and it works very well. So it's a great listing presentation. So even if you don't have a listing yet, and you talk to talk to a prospect for a listing, I would go in and actually demo this with their smartphone or your smartphone, showing how it all works.
That's great information. It's taking a whole different spin to the actual use of that sign writer.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, so how's our time? Oh, you want to show? Okay, go ahead, Amy. You want to show some samples of our mobile pages that we provide for lead capture. If you don't use ours, you can use your own. That's not a problem. But they're all direct response. They're all solution to problem and add value. You can see there's a trade up mistakes. There's a search for properties, and we have a total of 8 4 buyers, 4 sellers, I believe, Amy, that we offer.
Yeah.
And there they are.
Yeah. We do. And then we've also worked with some clients who are doing their own version. Maybe they've got their own unique USP.
Or coaching
so we
program.
Can't do,
yeah,
we can
some
do
of them are in
custom
different
lists
coaching
with those.
programs. We could use ours, or they could use their own. But here are some of the ones that we have as well, that work with as well. So. Okay, so basically, we're going to get into a Q&A. How's our time here, Amy? We've got time?
We're doing so far, keeping on track.
So before we do that, and I just want to give everyone an opportunity online if they want to get, we have a good webinar special we can offer you if you're interested. There is really no risk. You can try it out for 30 days, and if it doesn't work or you don't like it, we'll give your money back as well. So what we would provide is it will provide you with one unique number, which we call the property listing tree. All the proven marketing preloaded, all the scripts are preloaded for you. It's all done, recorded. You don't need to do anything. Just decide what campaign you're going to be looking for. We give you 1,000, so if you want to multiply these listings, you can do that and track and measure every call that comes in, so you know where they're coming in from. Very, very important that you track and measure everything as well. We'll also, included in that is that we'll alert to the agent the dial zero feature that will find you. We can put any number in there to find you, or multiple numbers, I believe, Amy. But if it's not you, it could be your assistant. We can do the direct connect to the agent. Again, we're actually generating conversations, not just leads, right? A conversation is the best lead there is. So we're doing our best to do that. We'll also add in the SMS text to the prospects, so in the event that they're not comfortable leaving a message or dialing zero, but now you can push them out immediately as soon as they call that number. Okay, the 800 number. We're pushing out that compelling text link to get more information, or go back to your existing site or a landing page that we provide as well. We're going to offer 3 buyer or seller lead capture pages that are mobile response with a lead notification sent to the agent, so you can decide which ones you want to use as well. And if you want to get started, there is a link there. It's kind of complicated. You think we would have a easier time. You could copy and paste that in the side there, but you can either paste it in there for agents that we'll get it. So for the price of it, you guys want to know what the price is, right? It's 30-day offer. So we got a one-time setup of $97. We've got a monthly charge of $97 per month. So there's only one charge of $97 with a $97 per month. Or you can save some money and pay for 12 at $970 and save $291, which will save you on the activation. Again, it includes a 30-day money-back guarantee. So for whatever reason it doesn't work, you don't like it, we'll give your money back. We'd be more happy to. Well, we're not more happy to give you money back, but it helps you. Well, also, again, we can also, and we should. You guys want a 15-minute or 30-minute consultation with us? You can book that. We'll give you a place where you can call, and we can also help you get that set up and understand the campaign that you're running as well. So we'll add that in as well. I didn't even add that in the package, but we'll add in a 15-minute consultation as well to go over the campaign and understand your target market as well. If you're an existing AMS user, just call our number. You may have a number or 2 numbers. We have different numbers. We can convert it to the enhanced version, and we'll figure out what that is as well. So again, we do have a lot of existing members on the call and newbies. Newbies I haven't seen before. And there's actually people who've canceled in the past and have come back to us. A lot of people, the perceived message that the toll-free number is old and antiquated, not working. Well, it works, and the quality of lead, if done right, is very, very, very good. You don't need too many to have a good month. And the work you need to do to follow up on internet leads and the frustration of people not wanting to talk to you, I compare that with at least trying this, is, in my opinion, the best bang for your buck. And, the advertising of this is really free if it's a sign call, right? You can put this number in all of your online advertising as well as an option. And from what I see in the working with retired people or getting ready retired people, those are the people with all the money, the people that prefer to call a telephone number versus the internet. You do not want to alienate those people that have the money that prefer the caller number. And it is important. We recommend in coaching and training that you have a multiple ways to get in contact with you. Whether it's a text, it's a website, or an 800 number. Have the prospect choose how they want to get a hold of you. And like I said, it doesn't cost you much more to put all three, but when it comes to a sign call, it's just the print that goes on the sign. So there you go, Amy. If there's any questions, I just want to, before we get into the Q&A, just want to do it. We should have done a poll here. Anyone on the call today, if they have a hotline with us currently, just say, yes, have a hotline in the chat box to the right, so we know. It'll be easier to cross-reference. And for the people that on the call that does not have a hotline or would like to try or test it or have questions, just say, no, I don't have a hotline and would like a consultation. And we can call you as well. So yeah, there it is. So why don't we take a few minutes, Amy? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I think before we get into the questions, I think we should just probably let the interactive demo take place, because I think once they have a better understanding of how that works, there may be some questions that they have stemming from that as well. So
I forgot about that. Yeah. So we have a number. We have a number, but I don't recommend we. Well, you can call it after our call, right? You can test it, play with it, maybe even use it. I mean, it's a generic one around us, but you'll actually see the power of it, and pretend you're a buyer driving up to a sign, or pretend you are a listing agent going in trying to get secure the listing, and personalizing this to the needs of that seller, and showing them how unique you are, how different you are, and other agents showing them this, and this may get you the deal before you even get into all the CMAs and all the other stuff you do. So it's a good bullet to have as well. So there's the number, 1-877-223-9641 is the number, mobile number. When it answers, you just enter the property ID 1805. That's 1805, and it'll give you a demo. And I believe, Amy, it should send them a text and show them what we just showed you online.
Yep, it's the full user experience of everything that we've been covering in this call. Yep.
So again, also, yeah. So and test that out, try it out. Again, if you don't have a listing, you can offer this to another agent in your brokerage, help them out. So okay, let's get into some questions, Amy, and then we'll talk about our next call and who it is, and we have an interest in June. We have a couple of great calls coming up, but let's take some questions.
Sure. Yep. So one of the questions was, do I need to have a website? So I think we kind of covered that during the call. Excuse me, and I'm not too sure if that was something, Judy, that you were able to pick up as we were going along. But no, you don't have to have a website at all in order to use that feature. Of course, you can just eliminate the online portion altogether if you wanted to have a tap to call. As long as you're sending them another means through that SMS, of getting in contact with you, and make sure you illustrate for what reason. Whether it's if you want more information, tap here, and that tap could be a phone number, or it could be a website or a landing page.
That's a good question. And again, yeah, if you don't have a website, you can just create your information on the property, just that property alone as well. We can host and prepare that for you as well. Another question I see, and I didn't mention this, but another great feature of especially the 800 number is working with FSBOs. Anyone working with FSBOs, I don't know if they do in the call, but I see one person that is asking. It's a great tool to work with FSBOs. We have a lot of agents that have been around using it for FSBOs, because really they're not going in saying, hey, I'll sell your house. They're saying, hey, I'll help you find your buyer, and offer the tool, offer the 800 number, their own sign on their lawn, and get them to, here's the benefit of doing that. Okay, so you're not really going in and saying, hey, I want your list, I want to sell your house. What you're doing is you're offering to help them sell their house, provide the marketing tool, and show them how it all works. And here's the benefit to you. You know, most of them won't be able to sell their house anyways, and if they don't, then you'd be the number one option to get the list in. The second best benefit is that you'll get every lead that comes in. So not only do we send the lead directly to the broker, the FSBO, but we can send it to you as well. There's only one buyer to the home, right? So you get multiple leads. Now you've got some leads coming from buyers that we'll send you as well by email or by text. So for FSBOs, it's a real good tool, just doing that as well.
Well, and that ties into the stat that you had given earlier, with the 74% of the real estate agents.
We do have a FSBO campaign as well. We have the special report, we have the content, we have the script. So you don't need to invent that. That can be all done, ready to go for you as well. Sorry, Annie.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I was just mentioning what you were just talking about with the FSBOs ties into that 74% of all real estate transactions are completed with the first agent that the prospect talks to, right? So you're referring to working with FSBOs and then not being able to sell their home. You know, you were the first person there to help them when it came to the marketing of their home. So, yeah, that's great information as well. We had some question coming in. So we were talking a little bit back in the call when it came to the sign samples, Mike, how you don't make it all about you. So there's the question of branded versus unbranded with the signs, and which is more preferable, one that's going to be branded or one that's less branded. Have you noticed much difference when it comes to the response on your signs?
Well, most of when it comes to sign writers, they are branded. They know you're an agent already, right? They know you have a list, but they're not talking about how good they are and the glamorous smile, and it's all about value and delivering value to the buyer. But they enter the branded, less branded. If you've done less branded online or offline publications, you'll get more leads because no one really wants to talk to you right now, right? But if you deliver value, a solution to a problem, whether it comes to retired people, first-time home buyers, empty nesters, any of those campaigns that we have, the unbranded or less branded, you'll get more leads, but there's more follow-up and more work to do. I'm just pop back to that screen,
sorry, that they could take a quick look. So you can see the difference between the branded and the non-branded. There's some branding around them. We don't say that they're unbranded, they're just less branded.
Yeah.
So
I love the open house, everyday open house. I know you guys do that every day. We do that every day, but we actually make it feel like it's private. They can get it any day, just no obligations, and it's basically you going out or someone showing the house. But it'd be amazing how many people will call that feel like got the VIP treatment. So just another idea.
Yeah. All right.
Any other questions?
Does AMS provide website landing pages? We do, Randy. There were some samples that we posted up for you here. Let me just jump back to those. We'll just give you a quick sample of some of these here.
So these are you guys know, you don't, whether you're in a coaching program or not with any of the people, the coaches that we showed at the beginning, it doesn't matter whether you are or not. We can provide the solution for you. So we get that question a lot.
Yeah, and you don't need to register URLs for these pages either. I know that's something that some people get a little bit concerned with because they try to make them keyword rich and they try to make them short and they try to do all that kind of fun stuff.
Can you explain what the URL is? Can you explain what the URL is?
Yeah, so a domain name. Yeah, sorry about that.
A www address. Yeah. So
Yeah,
can.
you don't need to do the registration or any forwarding or anything of that nature. It's just a simple link that you hook up to that.
Yeah.
Zita, you had asked just a quick question if the funds for that package were Canadian or U.S. I believe the link that you're looking at there is U.S. If you would prefer Canadian pricing or the Canadian fee, I can send you a link individually if you want to just pop into the comments if that's something that you'd like me to send your way. So yeah, that one particular link that we've got for our offer, that is showing in US dollars. So if you're looking for Canadian, just type in the side Canadian and I'll make sure that you get that link sent your way.
There's another question. Do I need to be in a coaching program? No, you don't need to be in a coaching program.
No. No, otherwise, I think a lot of the questions were kind of in the beginning, is this going to be recorded? Yes, we're doing a recording of this. We will send you out the replay so that you can get the information, and go through it at your own pace. You can pause it if you choose to do so.
Another thing, too, here's another question. If you're a brokerage and you have agents under you, you can actually use this one number to work with a number of different agents and be able to track the different, because we give you 1,000 IDs, 4-digit IDs. So you can actually provide this one number for a bunch of agents and have it work independently to each agent. We have a feature called enhanced notification. So every 4-digit ID is actually could be a property of a certain agent, right? So you could provide that opportunity as well. So I know some brokers do that.
Yeah,
I provide a lot of leads. I do some leads that are very similar to a local Remax brokerage. That's why I got involved to help them. But don't really understand marketing or how to generate leads, so I try to come in and help. And okay, so we've got that demo number. You want to just go back to that demo so they have it, Amy? It's somewhere here.
Yep, sorry about that here. Don't mind me as I just flip through. Sorry, guys.
Take a picture of your smartphone if you want. Call it, test it, play with it. It's definitely worth trying, and it works if you do it right. I mean, we've had clients 20 years that do it right, and their best lead is on the hotline. Again, we also tie it into the mobile web pages as well, but it's the best grade A lead. And using the sign call as well. So I would put this number anywhere you advertise properties, or even if you're doing other less branded or branded advertising as well.
Well, anywhere you're going to market your toll-free number, whether it's in a postcard, a business card, if it's an online site, any of those types of places where you would do your marketing, this SMS portion is such a huge feature for you guys in being able to cross-promote, whether it's branded or unbranded. I think it's just a really great tool, and it's not going to be restricted just to kind of what you're seeing on the call today. For the hotline feature to be able to send an SMS, again, for branded, non-branded, from any source. It's definitely a great tool for you guys.
Amy, what are some of the other over the years, some of the, not just lead generation, we talked about the FISBO, we talked about the property science, we talked about reports, special reports, less branded, branded. What about some of the other, higher members that have used this and have made a lot of money? I know a lot of them use it for testimonial hotline. They use it for, to record their testimonials and people that want to call and listen to the actual audio of testimonials by the sellers. They use it for, if you guys are into events, which I do, if you want to launch a campaign to get, retired people, getting ready to retire people, or, a sell and stay program, and getting people in a room, and educating more investors. This is a good way to get them as well, to get a website or a number to get them to registration hotline. I know a few members use it. Another great tool is they use it for recruiting, for all these brokerages who are looking for team members. It's a great tool to use it for recruiting. So you can actually listen to the actual, whatever questions you ask. You can get recorded questions and get answers and listen to how they answer. We have a number of agents that use it just for that purpose, for recruiting good agents, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for ISA, OSA, as you mentioned, the testimonials, event booking is a pretty big one that I know that our clients are using it for. I think those are the main ones for sure. Listings, whether it's coming to an unbranded or a listing, those are the most popular uses for those particular hotlines. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So why don't we introduce that? We'll just our next webinar in June. We're going to have a couple of them, but what we have also built some integration for people that have. Well, I'm sure you all have CRM products, different CRM products, and in this case, we're scheduling the president of Wise Agent to come on the call with us, and we're going to talk about our integration, how they all work together, so you don't need to do anything. If you have Wise Agent, it's a great product. We integrate with a lot of products, but we've got the gentleman, Brandon, coming in, and I'm going to interview him and talk about his product and how we work together, and how we make it easy and seamless to manage your leads through his product. So that should be an interesting call.
Most definitely. And I know that we're working on another one as well that I don't know if we're going to have that one in June, but we're definitely working on that as well. So anything that's coming up, we're going to be sharing with everyone on our call today to make sure that they're getting the most information from AMS to benefit them and their business.
Cool. That's all the questions, and want to thank you all for to coming on this call today. I know you guys are busy selling homes, and hopefully we provided some good content, and then we really look forward to having you guys as clients and helping you grow your business. Again, if you guys prefer, if you want to have a consultation, we don't have a link here to it, but maybe what you can type in the chat box. If you want to schedule a consultation, we'll send you a link where you can automatically pick a time, and one of us will get on a call with you and help you with the setup of it and understand what your target market is, and go from there. Yeah, that may be a good opportunity, which we'll add in as if you sign up on the page. So these prices this offer will go until Friday at 5 p.m. So we really look forward to you guys on the next call. And again, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. And Amy, thank you for helping me out on this call and the 17 years that
well, you had lots of great information to share, and I'm glad I was able to be a part of that. So hopefully we were able to answer all the questions that came through. There are some that I know I didn't get to, but we can definitely follow up with a phone call with that. So if you have a question that you want to ask and we didn't cover it, just put in your phone number for me to reach you, and I'll give you a call right after this call. Okay?
Cool. Well, everyone have a great day and happy marketing. Bye for now.
Thanks, Mike.